Everybody, it's Chris over Dixieland Farm, and here is what I've been listening to. I've been listening to this album now for at least a year, but I keep going back to it, so that must mean something. And this is not a history lesson. I did not bother looking up Wikipedia, the history of the band. I only have sort of half knowledge. Like I know two of the guys went on to the Strawbs. That is not what this music sounds like. This music sounds like almost mod music. I would call them a mod band, or at least a mod inspired sounding band. You know, they may have not dressed the part, but then again, the one guy dressed in like a hat and a cape or something like that. So goofy outfit. Chris, who are you talking about? I'm talking about Elmer Gantry's Velvet Opera, and I've got it digitally. I do not own a vinyl copy. Vinyl copies are expensive, like $100, and for whatever reason, this album was only reissued once, I believe, and it's never shown up during a record store day, from what I can gather. It is cheaper in the UK. They were a UK band. So they are very similar to The Move, where they've got just tinges of psych and just tinges of that mod sound. But they're more rocking than anything, and maybe a little bit of soul thrown in there. So they're anytime I've ever done sound clips, I get pinged. Now this is a pretty obscure band, but maybe playing through the iPad digitally will do something. So their first song, intro, is exactly that. It's an intro. It almost sounds like the Bonzo Dog Band, you know, the intro and the outro, or is it the outro and the intro, where they kind of introduce the band, and it's awesome. I mean, that's what it sounds like, you know. So, a rockin' start right to the beginning, right? And then it goes into the next song, Mother's Rights, which is mom writing a letter to somebody. Oh, Burst is in. She's washing her hands. And then the next song, Mary Jane, is actually, would have been a hit, but BBC pulled it. Why? Because Mary Jane. And it's a good song. Would you call this soul? I don't know. It's got good bass. And it's pretty bass heavy because Elmer Gantry, the guy who took on the persona Elmer Gantry after a Burt Lancaster role, I think was the bassist. So, you know, he kind of jacked up the bass. And then the next song, I Was Cool. About a guy trying to keep it together as all these like calamities happen to him. It's just a fun album. I really recommend you listening to it, and of course it is free on YouTube. If you go look for it, you can find the whole album and download it even. The CD is available along with some singles. Recommend this album highly, and it's just varied enough too. That's interesting. Sort of like how Colors, I showed that album a while ago, is varied enough. So it's not always the same thing, which is really cool, and they rock. Right? What's the next one? A goofy sitar-y. You had to do that in '68 or whenever this was. See, that's the mod sound, right? And Flames is such a great song. I think it's a cover. I'm not sure, but I mean, I highly recommend the album. And again, you can go check it out right now on YouTube, or buy the CD version on Amazon for $14 or something like that, or get digitally, or however you listen to music. So Elmer Gantry's Velvet Opera. They only basically made this album and broke up. Again, the guys went on to Strawbs. I can't remember what Elmer Gantry ended up doing. I think he tried a solo career, and it just all fell apart. And that's it. That's what I've been listening to. So, from Dixieland Farm, take care.